Look, I'm going to read you a quote that should make the hair on the back of your neck stand up if you've ever picked up a D20. Back in late 2022, Cynthia Williams, who was the president of Wizards of the Coast at the time, got on a call with investors. She didn't talk about the joy of adventure. She didn't talk about the legacy of Gygax or Arneson. She said, and I quote, "The brand is really under-monetized." She follows it up by pointing out that 80% of the people playing the game, the players, aren't spending money. Only the dungeon masters are. To a corporate student Hasbro, you, the referee, you aren't a creative lead or a storyteller. You're a monetization bottleneck. Today, we're going to talk about why WotC is floundering, why Project Sigil was a desperate attempt to fix a problem that doesn't actually exist, and why the OSR, the way we play, is effectively immune to this corporate rot. Now let's look at the numbers. 20% of the user base is doing all of the spending. If you've been in this hobby for more than, 5 minutes, you know why. The DM buys the books. The DM buys the modules. The DM buys the fancy maps. Heck, if he's hosting, he's probably buying most of the snacks. The players, they show up with a character sheet, a pencil, a set of dice, and maybe a bag of chips if they're feeling generous. Now, in any other industry, that's a healthy ecosystem. But Hasbro isn't looking for a healthy hobby. They're looking for recurrent spending. They want D&D to look like Fortnite or Call of Duty. They want the 80%, your players, to have a reason to open their wallets every single week. Now, the problem they ran into with D&D Beyond is that once a player has their digital player's handbook, they're essentially done. There's no skin to buy for Theater of the Mind fireballs. There's no battle pass for a localized hex crawl. So to fix this, they realize, we have to change the very nature of how the game is played. And they had to move it from your kitchen table to their digital playground. Think about it. This isn't the first time they've tried this. This is essentially a 20-year cycle of failure. Does anybody besides me remember Gleemax? That was the mid-2000s attempt to turn the hobby into a social media network. It was a disaster. Then came D&D 4th edition, the VTT. It was promised as this, revolutionary 3D tool that would automate the math and make the game accessible. It never fully launched. It was the victim of its own over-engineering and, let's just say, a tragic internal situation. But the core issue was that it tried to turn D&D into a video game far before the technology or the audience was ready. Now, recently, we had Project Sigil. The same song, just a different verse. They, WotC, had spent millions. Now, remember, they bought D&D Beyond for about $146 million. And they spent millions to build a 3D environment that looked like a video game. Why? Because if the game happens inside a 3D engine, they can sell your players a digital mini. They can sell them a special effect for their Eldritch Blast, their Fireball, their Web Spell. They're trying to solve the under-monetization of the 80% by turning the table into a digital storefront. And here's the part they just didn't understand. And it's the reason why they will fail again the next time they try to implement this. Refereeing is a skill. It's not a product. You cannot monetize the moment a referee decides how a local duke reacts to a player's bribe. You cannot put a price tag on the tension of a resource management heavy dungeon crawl where the last torch is flickering out. WotC has a desire, has a need to monetize the visuals because they can't monetize the procedure. In the OSR, we focus on procedure. We focus on the parchment and the torchlight. When you're playing BX, you don't need a high fidelity 3D render of a goblin. You need a stat block and a sense of wonder. Imagination is the best visuals. The more high tech the interface becomes, the more the referee's role is diminished. You become a software operator rather than an adjudicator. They are floundering because they are fighting against the very soul of the hobby, our hobby. The tabletop RPG is, by its very nature, a low monetization activity. It's a group of friends, some paper, and endless imagination. Hasbro hates that. They want to be the middleman in your friendship. Cynthia Williams specifically mentioned items similar to downloadable content found in video games. Think about what that means for your table. If your players start buying digital dice or character emote on a proprietary VTT, you are no longer the master of your game. Hasbro is. If you want to switch systems or go back to paper and pencil or move to a different VTT that isn't owned by WotC, you lose all that investment. It's digital handcuffs. They want to make the cost of leaving their ecosystem so high that you stay, even when the rules get bloated and the engagement feels forced. D&D Beyond is doing just this. They are trying to turn the 20%, the DMs, into platform managers. They want you to do the work of organizing the game so they can collect the player tax from everyone else at the table. And that is why what we do here in the tavern and in the broader OSR community matters. We are the control group. We prove every single day that you don't need a $146 million platform to have the best gaming experience of your life. We use tools that don't expire, right? A PDF of old school essentials or a physical copy of the 1981 basic set. That doesn't require a subscription. It doesn't have recurrent spending. It doesn't track your user engagement. When WotC talks about the brand being under-monetized, they are admitting that they don't know how to provide value to people who just want to play a game. They only know how to provide value to shareholders. The reason they are failing is quite simple. You can't sell a man a map to his own imagination. If you're tired of being treated like a user base instead of a hobbyist, you're in the right place. We focus on the game, the procedures, and the community, not the monetization metrics. I want to give a huge thank you to 325 plus minions and members of Tenkar's Tavern. I am humbled. Your support allows me to keep these lights on without having to shill for a 3D VTT that no one asked for. If you want to support the tavern and join a community that actually values the referee, check out the affiliate links below or hit that join button. It makes a world of difference, trust me. Subscribe if you haven't, keep your torches lit, and remember, the most valuable thing at your table isn't the software. It's the people sitting around it. God bless, and I'll talk to you in the comments.